What's up guys, Kevin Mack here. Just decided to stop playing my new drum pad to say what's up to you guys.
It's the champagne pouring, big joint rolling. I wanna rock and roll all night. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
This week we are diving into this new series that I've started on my music channel, talking about the lyrical content of the album Zodiac Live. We decided from your suggestions that we're going to release a companion video every time we release a new music video. And of course, we just released the new song that is the Sagittarius song, Just Doing Me, live. We released that video. Hopefully you've checked it out. If not, you can check it out right here. I'm hoping that I can put the lyrical stuff above me, because otherwise that was just really stupid. I'm just like, hopefully it's under this finger. If not, it's over here. Maybe it's up here. I've always written more songs than what I'm able to record and release, okay? So when I wrote Sold My Soul, I wasn't able to get every song that I had written. That's probably a good thing, because some of those songs weren't good. So as I was writing Sold My Soul, before it was even released, I was writing songs for this album. I really began exploring astrology a little bit and diving into how each personality of the zodiac has different traits and things like that. So I started writing songs based on those traits. This song is the Sagittarius song, Just Doing Me. As it is Sagittarius season, we are super excited that we are releasing the Sagittarius song to go along with that. There were some songs that I just wrote based on what I knew inherently about that personality trait from the zodiac. For instance, the Cancers, I am a Cancer, so that was really easy to write without having to really look up a whole lot of information about Cancer. Sagittarius is one I wasn't super familiar with, so part of my research was looking up different charts and finding different people on YouTube that covered astrological personality traits. Did I say that right? Based on the song, I would talk to my friends, and whatever their personality trait was, I would shoot them some lyrics and be like, what do you think of this? Sagittarius tend to be optimistic. They tend to be outspoken extroverts. They generally kind of command respect from anyone they come into contact with. And they're not really concerned with other people's opinions of them because they demand respect. So they don't really care if you don't like them or don't agree with them, as long as you respect them, as long as you see where they're coming from, as long as you see their point of view and you respect their boundaries. Sagittarius tend to be very compassionate of people with different point of views, even to the point of being compassionate on people that are against them. They tend to be very creative, tend to live very outside the box kind of lives, or tend to make decisions that people might not fully understand. That's my kind of interpretation of Sagittarius. This one was kind of a difficult one for me, I'm not going to lie, because I wanted to write a song that was a little bit like cheekishly self-deprecating. And as I wrote it, it kind of got away from me because it really didn't correspond with the Sagittarius personality. It was very much like I'm living my life, but it was almost like disarmingly self-deprecating. Like when I first wrote it, it was I'm not the best, not winning any contest. Those weren't the lyrics, but that's kind of the idea of like literally this. I'm singing like all these things that I'm not. I'm bad, but that's okay. And I'm not the best songwriter, but that's cool, you know. And I handed it over to my friend Danielle, and Danielle kind of took a look at it and was like, I hate it. But she hasn't said that about many of the songs that I presented to her. So I knew I needed to pay attention and go back to the drawing board. I started really writing from a different perspective of not like, oh, I'm bad and that's okay, or I'm mediocre and that's acceptable, but it's like, instead I wanted to make it a song of like, I'm going to say everything you might say about me and be okay with that because I'm still loving myself. The first line is, I ain't never been the type of man to try to win every race. They say that nice guys finish last. Well, that's why I'm in first place. So immediately I'm talking about how, you know, I am not trying to be your hero. I'm not trying to be the best at anything. I'm just trying to run what I've got. The second grouping of rhymes is, I ain't the hero of the story, but I'm the one that saves the day. And once again, I'm not a hero, but I can still come through for people. And then this next one, kind of personal to me. I've talked a little bit about, you know, my mental health and things like that. And it's really easy for me to begin thinking about how people talk about me. and even to an obsessive point where people aren't talking about me, but I'm like obsessed with finding out what people's opinions of me. And I realized, like, oh man, Sagittarius, that's great. They don't live in that mindset. They're like, there's people that are going to talk about me. And the line is, people love to talk about me. Glad they got something to say. There is a great cipher. It's the Shady Cipher. It is with Royce the 5'9", King Crooked, Joel Ortiz, Joe Budden, and Yellow Wolf plus Eminem. In that cipher, Joe Budden says, "If I ain't the bomb, at least I'm in the blast radius." I would say that to people. Well, if I ain't the bomb, I'm in the blast radius. I would, like, it was like a joke, right? And the chorus is, "I ain't the bomb, but I'm in the blast radius. Thank you, Joe Budden. Walking dead man, fully alive." When I wrote that line, I had the idea that maybe some of the things I've said and done have made a target have created a target on my back. And so I'm saying I'm a walking dead man, fully alive. Like, I'm still going to live my life the way I want to live it. I'm the best. I'm the worst. Now I'm talking about things that people could have said about me. I'm blessed. I'm cursed. There's other things people could say about me. Ain't a hero, but I'm kicking sides. And I'm just driving that point home that I'm not a hero, but I can still take care of business. Also, that's a little play on word. Sidekick, kicking sides. Like, I ain't nobody's sidekick either. I'm the main character. So still establishing that I believe in myself, but I'm not trying to be everyone's hero. I'm not trying to be the best. And then it finishes the chorus, "Baby, you can hate me, try to checkmate me, tell me I should change everything you see." That line actually came from my conversation with Danielle, because I was like, I feel like I got to change this song, right? So that kind of inspired me. So, "Tell me I should change everything you see, but I'll still say, man, hot damn, oh yes I am just fine, because I'm doing me." In other words, I'm gonna be okay, because I'm still gonna live my life the way I want to live it. And the next verse, so I just sit back, kick back, listen while they spit that story about the things I've done. Again, people talking about me, but I'm not caring. Because the next line is, "And I don't waste one single breath to tell them all the ways they're wrong." Listen, there was a time in my life where I chased around people to correct their version of stories of me. I just don't worry about it, because at the end of the day, I got to look in the mirror and be okay with me. And I'm okay with the decisions that I've made. I won't change their minds till the ends of time. That line is really important. I want to say this so you understand. You are probably never going to change someone's mind on Facebook or in person or otherwise arguing with them. Never. If people have their mind made up about you, it is next to impossible to change that perception of you. It takes a long time and consistency. And generally speaking, people that are talking shit about you, they are never going to take the time to get to know the real you. You are wasting your time, effort, energy trying to get them to change their minds to like you. It is a futile effort. Change their minds till the ends of time. Plus, the stories are interesting. You ever said to somebody, "Oh man, that's really interesting that I did that. What else did I do?" It's that idea of, like, people are telling you things you did, and you're like, "Man, that's kind of cool. I need to take some notes," right? Now, listen, I have to admit, I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. One of the best lines I've ever heard on the show is Rick says to a group of people at a heist con, because he doesn't respect heist. They start booing him, and he says, "Your boos mean nothing to me. I've seen what you cheer for." Later they boo him, and he says, "Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem." I was like, that is the best line I've ever heard. So, Dan Harmon, this credit is to you. So that's the last line. "Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem." That goes back into the chorus. That's the lyrical content, what I'm trying to say, what I mean by everything I'm saying. Okay. Songwriting process is a little different. With this song, I was focused on, I'm just doing me. So that was the idea. So everything I wrote had to kind of revolve around that. And the riff kind of wrote itself, but it didn't really come alive until I got in the studio with Whiskey. We began really working through how this song should sound. I was doing gigs with them, and then I took a little break to kind of break away so I could really hash out how I wanted these songs to sound. And so this was one of the first ones I came to them with. That's why we knew it had to be the first thing that you hear on the album, because it really sets the tone for the rest of the album. Even though this is other people's stories, and even though this is other personalities of the Zodiac, I still, once again, I stand by everything I wrote. And so the first song has to be like, I am just doing me. And if you don't like it, you love it, you hate it, you're jealous of it, you think it's a joke, whatever, I'm cool with it, because this is me. This is me lyrically, musically, And so I've got to be okay with that. So we wanted it to be first. Honestly, that's the theme of the song, right? Kind of the theme of the album is that I'm going to do what I want to do, what I think is best for me in my life, in my situation. And you've got to be willing to have the courage to live your life the way you see fit. I'm going to get critics. Sometimes it's valid and it's founded on things I've done wrong or things I've done right. Sometimes people just don't like you. There are people that you're going to meet that are just not going to vibe with you, and that's okay. The point is you've got to be authentic and live your life the way you want to live it. So that's just doing me. I hope you guys like it. Be sure to hit the bell so you guys get notified every time I post a video. Share with your friends. Listen over and over again on repeat like a million times a day. My new single, Just Doing Me, on all streaming platforms. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch y'all next video.
Just fine. 'Cause I'm doing